Hey guys, it's you know who, Leslie the for Dummies, back at you. VKS, external regulator, 16 gram CO2, and if you thought I wasn't gonna adjust it like I said in the 12 gram video, well, you haven't watched it long enough, and you're probably not subscribed because I always gotta fiddle with things. So I just ordered some more of these so I can have some preset for particular markers. So I am going to search for the best consistency on the VKS. DK Spencer sent me that probably maybe like a year ago. It's the mini version of the one I had on yesterday, which was ridiculous. Is it less ridiculous? Yes. Is it lighter? Yes. That other thing was a bear to hold on to. So, yeah. As I say, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I don't think I would run it like that, but in any case, gives you something different to look at. Maybe inspires a build. Okay, well, on with the CO2 testing. I'll be using 9.9 gram riot balls, 11-inch 685 smooth bore, Mercy Less Lethal DK Kinetics power barrel. I have Wixon D10s in here. Bypassed regulator. And I know some of you are already saying, well, what's the, why use an external regulator? Well, number one is I run my markers bypass. So this gives me an opportunity to regulate the marker without having to reassemble my regulator or open this up and put it back together. The second is the factory regulator doesn't do so hot in the VKS. Well, it doesn't do hot in the M17 either. It takes on too much liquid. CO2 in this horizontal position tends to spill over a lot of liquid into the air chamber, and it spits the air chamber O-ring. That's why CO2 is not really recommended. And it gets worse as the CO2s get larger. So you could probably run a 12 gram on the factory regulator, and I don't think it would be a problem. 16 gram I know caused me some grief, and well, the big kahuna, the 88, 90 grams, I know we've seen lots of tests with those and tested myself. They have a very limited lifespan. They produce some huge numbers. CO2 usually does, but your marker is short-lived. I think most recently DK was testing a VKS with a 90 gram, and like he got lucky on one, I think, and got a whole mag off. Another one he got like 3 or 5 shots, something like that, and where it popped the O-ring. So this regulator does a very good job of controlling that liquid compared to the factory reg. So let's get tuning. I'm gonna start the same way I did with my M17. So I'm gonna start with the marker in the on position. And the reason for that is because I'm gonna back this regulator adjustment screw out. And when it's all the way loose, like that, oops, that's not loose. There we go. So it's slack. When I charge this, it's gonna charge the regulator, but it's not gonna pass through the regulator into the marker. And then I'm gonna adjust this adjuster here until I hear the bolt charge. So let's do that now. Marker's on, she's loaded. The other thing I want to watch out for is if you saw the 12 gram video is how that adapter kept backing itself out. So curious to see what the 16 gram does, because I've never had that issue on the M17 using that 12 gram adapter either. So there may be something particular about the VKS maybe it doesn't like this, so may put a stop to everything. Okay, good and tight. Didn't air, but the marker is in the on position, so let's turn this until the bolt clicks. You know what? Just in case, let's take that mag out of there. In case the bolt wants to do something funky and I shoot a hole in my ceiling. Okay. I think I heard it click. It was the very faintest click. I don't know if you could detect that. And it actually clicked about this position right here. Now, when the bolt locked on the M17, I went 1 full turn. So on the VKS, I'm only gonna do half a turn. So right there. Obviously this could vary from marker to marker. This is a set point for me, just a start point. Let's see what kind of velocity we get. And I'm looking for consistency here, guys. Oh, it's so much better to hold it in my hand now. 280. $286. $280. $286. $284. Pretty good start. $282. $284. $286. I think we're gonna make it through this whole mag. $288. $282. And that was it. Well, I'll be your monkeys on goal. Hey, like I said, VKS is much more efficient on air than an M17. That was beautiful, actually. But I'm sure it's got more. So just gonna see how many more shots I get on that 16 gram. And that'll kind of determine how much I crank on that adjuster. But 5 more in there. I don't suspect it'll shoot more than that, but if it does, well, we're in business. $284. $280. $288, man. $288. We're gonna get through all these. $282. I think. Is that the last one? It was. Okay, well, let's put 5 more in. That's crazy. Like, it's holding that, I don't know what that is, 280, that's like 35. I'll put it on the screen, of course. You get to see all the good stuff. I get to do all the work. I'm gonna put 10 in here. I don't think it can. There's no way it can do 10 more. So we're at 15 shots now on a 16 gram. She's pretty icy. Oh yeah, that one was lower. 262. Still 30 joules though. I consider 30 kind of the bare minimum for below the shoulders. We'll call it. That's it. 186. So we got 15 rounds at 280 to 288 was the tops. That is a very, very good average. So let's just take this CO2 out. Listen for how much gas is left in here. Not very much. Okay, I'm gonna swap it out and we'll see if we can't get that magazine down, get this down to a full 10 rounds on a magazine and what kind of power it makes. All right, we're back. So this time I'm gonna add half a turn while the marker is not gassed. So essentially that's one full turn from when I heard the bolt click. This time I'm going to start with the marker in the off position. Same 9.9s. Fresh 16 gram. Now those were some impressive results comparatively to an M17. Don't forget guys, this has an 11-inch barrel. The M17 I'm shooting with is like a 7-inch. Well, Labco calls it an 8-inch, but it's a 7-inch barrel. So VKS has a slight advantage here. It's still better on air. I'll admit that. But the barrel length with CO2 plays a huge part, CO2 loves longer barrels. Okay, let's go for it. We're looking to empty an entire mag at a consistent velocity. Perfect. Are you 28? Almost 50. What did I say yesterday? Oh, that's right. I said 46. 46 joules is what I guessed this could hold. So let's see. Taking bets. Well, there goes that one. 346. $340. $332. I might have gone too far. Let's see. $330. $328. Yeah, I think I turned it just a little too much. $298. It's still finishing strong though. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. $284. Just not exactly the pattern I was looking for. That's still in the 30s, low 30s. That was it. Okay, well, I'm gonna do one more CO2. I'm not gonna go crazy here. I just wanted to, well, yeah. I'm gonna do one more CO2 because I think I gotta go back a quarter turn. And then the next video, I'm gonna run a 90 gram in this thing and see if this O-ring will survive. Fresh 16 gram, fresh mag. We're gonna turn this back 1/4 turn. So back is that way, so right there, quarter turn. Charger up. It's so weird. It's really quiet on the CO2. It's like maybe the gas is kind of muffling the noise. On HBA, this thing really clicks. On the CO2, it's just like clunk. Makes it a little clink, not a clunk. All right. Ready 14. Good start. Ready 20. Ready 22. Whoa, we're looking good here. Ready 22. Oh yeah. Oh, that's an odd one. We'll blame that on the balls. There we go, 8. Ready 10. I was really hoping I was gonna hold that 322, but still holding consistent. Oh, that one dropped. 296, but that might have been the last one. Nope, it wasn't. 282. That was the last one. Okay, well, I'd call that consistent. That kind of behaved almost identical to the M17. First couple of shots. Okay, let me see if I can remember this. The M17 did like 308, no, 306, then 300, then 298. So it held a really high, and then it slowly counted down and stayed above 30. I think it finished at 31 or 32 joules. Don't know the joules yet. This started 320, spiked 322, then sort of fell down to 310, stayed at 310 for a couple of shots, and then started to dive, and then finished just slightly stronger than the M17, although, again, this has a longer barrel, so I might have to try the M17 with a longer barrel. But that did excellent. That did excellent. I hope you guys found it interesting. This kind of stuff that I love to dissect and figure out better ways of doing things. And hey, hit me in the comments. It's been a very long time since I fired anything with a regulator. Any of you guys out there that are running CO2 in VKS, I don't think there's very many. Can you hold that kind of consistency with, well, I mean, I don't know if everybody uses 16 gram either. I'm in a pretty niche area there, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the factory reg probably wouldn't behave the same as what this thing was doing. But prove me wrong. Any case, next up, 90 gram. I'm gonna leave this set as it is, and we're just gonna shove 90 gram in it. And see how that O-ring fares. Out of here.